The number of Americans claiming Social Security benefits is on the rise, with the number of claims between January and May nearly 18% higher than the same time 1 year ago. And there could be risk to retirees' overall earnings if the trend continues. Joining me now in studio is Larry Sprung, the founder of Mitlin Financial. So Larry, this is really interesting. We're seeing this surge in Americans claiming Social Security benefits at an early age. 62, highest in over 2 decades. What's driving this trend towards early claiming?
I think it's really twofold. One is I think there's a fear out there, whether right or wrong, that Social Security may not be there. So people are like, let me claim now while I can. And then the other thing was there was some legislation that went through at the beginning of this year that now allowed people who traditionally were not eligible for Social Security because they were being covered by other benefits, that they are eligible for Social Security. So I think those two combined are really driving that increase in demand for benefits.
So what's the downside if you claim early versus waiting, maybe even up until 70 years old?
Yeah, so I mean, there's definitely an art form to more than a science of figuring out what is best for you. But essentially, most people, let's say your full retirement is age 67. Every year early, you take that the distribution. It's an 8% decrease. So if you start at 62, you're taking about a 30% haircut to your benefit, versus waiting till age 70, you'd have about another 30% higher than you would at age 67. So there's a huge range of what your benefits could be. So it's really important that you understand when you should actually pull the trigger for those benefits.
So it pays to wait in this case, for sure.
It does. Most people are not getting 8% on their money while they wait. But at the same time, you have to weigh that with the fact of, can you wait? Do you have enough income from other sources to support yourself during that period of time? And
you alluded to this, but this was a stat that stood out to me. Over 75% of Americans under 50 believe Social Security won't be there for them in full. So how real is that concern?
So I think there's some validity to it because there's definitely strains on the system. But I will tell you this, I've been in this profession for over 25 years, and I've been hearing since I got into the profession that Social Security was going to run out. We haven't yet. We are on a path to potentially drain that pool of money for Social Security benefits. But the reality is we have seen them make adjustments along the way. For example, they've raised the income requirements to which you contribute to Social Security. So that's how they really have kept the pool up. They've increased the retirement age. So I don't foresee it going away completely, but I definitely see some changes to the structure coming in the future at some point.
So let's say Social Security is significantly reduced or maybe disappears entirely. What are some steps that folks can take now to prepare for that?
So I don't think, just to be clear, I don't think it's going to disappear and go away entirely. I think it may prolong when you could start taking benefits, and there may be some small reductions there, or it may be mean tested. There might be a various number of things there, but you really have to plan. You have to plan for your future, include Social Security, and even include a decrease in benefit to see if you can survive and your retirement works with those numbers. You also want to prepare, if you're in that under 50, try to work on some other means of income for when you do retire, whether that's saving additional monies in non-retirement accounts, whether that's having a side gig that you have some kind of side income stream for, or some other method of means that you have income coming to the household if you decide to stop your full-time job.
What about for younger Americans? What should they be doing to create a really strong foundation and a diversified retirement portfolio and plan?
Start early, right? Listen, I have 2 boys. They're 19 and 22, and I started them at the age of 14, starting to save for their retirement. A lot of people are in summertime right now. Their kids are working. If they have a W-2 job, they can open up an IRA today and start saving towards retirement. They probably don't need a tax deduction. Open up a Roth IRA. Take advantage of those extra years of compound interest, and maybe if Social Security is significantly reduced, maybe you won't need it as much because you started planning so much earlier.
Some great advice. Larry Sprung, thank you so much. Appreciate you being here in studio today.